Hi everybody and welcome back. In this video I wanted to show you the prompt for essay 1 and go over some of the things you need to think about to start writing this essay. So as you can see in this essay, you're going to identify something you believe and tell a story about how you came to believe it. Now this paper is only 2 to 3 pages, double spaced, so that's about 500 to 800 words. And it will need to be in MLA format. If you've never done that before, don't worry, I'll make sure to teach you. You can see that you've got 5 tasks here, and I'm going to try to use discussion boards and small assignments to help you accomplish each of these tasks before you turn in the final draft of your paper. A few things that you need to think about is authenticity and real life. Your story doesn't have to be big or dramatic, but it should be something that really happened. So try to stay true to life, even if you think your life is a little boring. If it shapes your belief, it matters. Right? I also want you to remember to focus on what you do believe rather than bashing other people's beliefs. Needs to be a positive essay that focuses on your beliefs uh, because that's going to help shape essays 2 and 3 when we start thinking about other people's beliefs. The other thing to think about is that because this is a story from your life, you're going to use words like I and me. Usually in a college paper, you don't use those, but since this is a personal essay, you want to use personal pronouns. Now, the criteria for success, you'll notice, are also what I'll be grading for on the rubric for the final paper. So 35 points out of 200 go straight to mechanics. That's things like putting periods in the right place and not misspelling things. So you'll want to make sure that you check your paper very carefully and maybe send it to the writing center. I'll also be checking for MLA formatting because that's really important when you write college papers. And like I said, I'll teach you how to do that in case that's new to you. 45 points go to critical thinking. So instead of just telling a story, you have to tell me the story and why it matters to your beliefs. I'll be looking for connections and logic. All right, 50 out of 200 points go to organization. That's a quarter of the points. So obviously, organization matters a lot when you're writing a college paper. And then the rest of the points, 45, go to content. Now, this doesn't mean I'll be grading for how good your story is or how exciting it was. It just means that you answered all the parts of the prompt. So your story needs to have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and a clear belief that ties back to your story. Now, to get started working on this paper, your first discussion board is an introduction and a brainstorm to start thinking about your beliefs. You're going to write 100 words and then a 50-word response to one of your peers. So when you post your 100 words, part A, you need to introduce yourself using these 6 questions. You don't necessarily have to answer all of them, but we would like to get to know you a little better. And in part B, I just want you to start thinking about some of the things you believe. All right, it could be a long rambling list, or you could just name your most important belief, but try to think about it for a while before you post instead of just jumping to the first thing that comes to mind. This discussion board is 1% of your overall grade in the class, so please try to make sure you turn it in on time. And if you have any questions, email me or message me on Slack.